All right, everybody, we are finally back. It feels like it's been an eternity, it's been eons, but no, it is finally time for our Grand Finals matchup. Again, we appreciate your patience. Tournaments are like this, unpredictable, difficult to sometimes navigate, but we're here. We're ready to go. Fort Worth Element facing up against, you might be surprised about this one, NOLA Flight. They were able to battle through the losers bracket to make it here in this matchup, defeating Antics in a round 11 game 2 search and destroy. Amazing stuff out of them, and well, now as we look at our bracket and how things have played out on this crazy day, we're going to see if Element are going to persevere and be able to take things in the first best of 5, or if NOLA Flight are going to take it the distance.
Yeah, you know what? I've been studying this bracket a little bit, Epiphany. We have the two things that I saw that I think are notable is that NOLA Flight lost down to the losers bracket to a team that Element went on to beat in the next round. Now, NOLA Flight did work their way up the losers bracket, beating the team that Element had to beat to get here. So I think these guys are fairly even, but there is that the other thing that is Element has only dropped 2 maps this entire tournament, and if NOLA Flight wants to win, they need to win 2 best of 5s. Element only needs to win 1. Let's have a look at the map pool.
Yeah, we got Hotel, Fortress, Embassy, Hotel. We're going to be taking a trip all over the world here today, and I gotta say that Hotel on both ends, definitely an interesting thing to see. You know, you've got some of that interesting start when it comes to Element. We know how good they can be on Hotel. We saw them play really well in Control, but that's not where we're going for Control. It's actually going to be Fortress. And that is kind of one of those main things, is that is how they won their last series that we weren't able to catch the end to, is they won that Fortress Control, I believe it was, and then, or no, it was a Hotel Control. Then they push it on over towards a Mercado, win the series that way. Fort Worth Element, they look good in Control. That's where I get worried for NOLA Flight. When it comes to the Search and Destroy, though, for example, well, NOLA Flight, they just won a round 11. They're feeling good in that mode. So honestly, this one could go far. We'll see how things come out swinging, though. It is finally time to get this one underway, Reader.
Here we go. Hotel Map 1. One of the most exciting maps to watch. One of the most popular maps to play. Both these guys, if they're well rehearsed on any map, it's this one. And how fitting is it that it is Map 1? Element. NOLA Flight right now, I mean, if you had to make a prediction, who do you think takes this respawn?
This respawn, I don't know. I think Element, they want to come out swinging. I think they're going to take this respawn. We saw how good they were, but we'll see if NOLA Flight maybe is going to get a bit of an upset just like they did. Honestly, all up in the air. It's just time to see. Juju, the stuns are out. The guns are out. Katani is here with the first blood, and the bloodbath has begun. It's going to be NOLA Flight trying to find their way in early on here, but Element proving to be worthy of finding their way into the hill as well. Juju putting in the work, trying to get the shots in, but so far, so good for the Element right now, as it looks like it's going to end up being their control for the time being. Excuse me, the colors are flipped. NOLA Flight actually finding their way in. Now it looks like they're going to be holding the majority of this opening time.
Yeah, I'm unsure if we can change this mid-game. I don't think so in this setting. But nonetheless, we are going to be able to keep up as much as we can. Again, Element and NOLA Flight are actually flipped. Their sides, I believe we've actually been able to flip them back. I think so, because Juju is on Element. There we go. And we do see NOLA Flight hopping on for some time. They do have an early lead here and a good rotation, but guess who's in the back? It's Element. And they are looking to retake this hard point. Katani's going for a little bit of a flank. The hard point has been broken here by Element. He can't do very much, as he will get taken out by Shoxy. Skater with a 2-piece of his own. And this hard point exchanges hands, although time is ticking down. Soon we will see teams rotate over to new.
Gotta see the rotation. Well, here comes the break as well. Nola Flight, it's been a solid hold, but here comes Element. That's 3 coming through in the kill feed. Last 20 seconds to go in their favor possibly here. But now, like you said, already got to think about that rotation. And the foot race is on. Towards Kitchen we go as Katani here snaking like Cell, waiting for any of these possible Nola Flight players to push.
Yeah, 8-4-2. The switch over to the Kitchen. Initial taken by Element. And they're going to try to hold this hardpoint as much as they can. Mirage gets a good kill. He finds a second on the Shoxy. Very well done by Mirage there. He goes positive off of that. And this hill looks largely uncontested. Aiden's going to try to get around into the back, but look at that kill feed. He's the last one alive on his team as the kill feed goes purple for Element. Aiden still working his way in the back, though. Finds one on the Juju. That's a big kill. I believe he's got a teammate with him as well. Mirage trying to do work against him, but I don't know if Nola Flight is going to have a chance to get into this hill. 20 seconds left. They have to start thinking about new, but the fight's still at old as Shoxy finds 2 on the point and will grab that. Scraps one more gunfight to win. He doesn't. Still, as we go over across the map for P4.
Across the map to P4 we go. It's time to get the rotation in. Skater here, set up, all ready for the gunfights that are about to ensue. And, well, talk about the gunfights. Nola Flight, another 3 in the kill feed. Skater trying to spoil the chaos, though. On his way into the hill, able to be successful. First one down. Now another towards your backside, though. Gotta turn around. No, Katani here. Gonna get traded out immediately, though. Element, consistent, good performance on the hill right now as Teskey tries to find his way in as well, but Nola Flight, they keep swinging back and forth here, and eventually they get back into the hill. Good work out of Skater to hold this time. And, well, for Element right now, it's all about that frontal break.
Yeah, couple good shots there by Prof, but still, nonetheless, the rotation is on for new. Great shots by Mirage onto Aiden, and we are looking at Couch's hardpoint for the 5th coming of the new. 90 to 80 about is where we sit, and maybe a little bit closer than Element had expected. I don't know at this point if they were expecting to be losing, but Nola Flight is hot. And I remind you, Element had to sit and wait for results for over an hour, I believe. So they might be a little bit colder, and it could be the reason why they're not doing so good on the score, although it's still within 15 points, so there's lots of time. Juju hops on with a good break. They need to get rid of that trophy system, among other things, as this hardpoint's contested. These two teams exchanging blows as we are nearing a full rotation of hardpoints.
Nearing a full rotation, and, well, as the time continues to tick here, Nola Flight, they get ripped apart. Element find their way into the hill for the last 20 seconds here, but we got to think about that rotation yet again. Here comes that 100-point mark for both teams, and we're starting things off closer than ever as Skater, the last man, last-ditch effort, able to take one down. But now it's time to walk out of the restaurant and out onto the patio, as it's going to be time for this rotation. Element here ready to go, trying to secure as many points as possible, try to take that lead back, a change that we will likely see here soon. But look at what Prof is doing, sneaking his way up on the stairs. If you're able to find some of these key kills, you could break this one wide open. Here's Prof on the inside, here's the gunfight, first one down, out for the count. Get the rest of the help from Nola Flight, and that is a perfect break. Now you have the time completely in your favor. Clean up the last rats on the hill. And, well, that is good time to be had for Nola Flight.
Yeah, absolutely. And a P5 that can be a real money hill. Nola Flight was able to break it with time. They're going to be net positive if they're able to hold on to it with a great kill by Prof. That's looking likely. Juju goes down to Prof as well as he holds on to Old. Now we go back into the middle of the map in about 4 seconds where P1 will once again become active. This hill can be mixy, but you also have to think about spawns, and the team that will be trying to get into the back will be Nola Flight, as it looks like Element has already taken as much positioning as they can. Katani with a long gunfight with the Baznap. He's going to win that. And here we see Prof trying to get into the back so early on. A lot of teams sometimes avoid even grabbing time on P1, maybe just hitting it to hit it. But more importantly is to get into those back spawns for that P2 that can also be held for big time. Juju goes down, and the hardpoint exchanges hands. The gunfight for time will be won by Prof, but coming in out of nowhere, Teskey from Restaurant will find that kill. He gets taken out himself. And we have 20 seconds left before we gotta move on to P2, and these two teams are still fighting it out for the spawns.
Yep, P2 rotation on the docket here, and well, Nola Flight trying to secure as much of this spare time as possible to put in their pocket a little bit. But now it's going to be all about that rotation, as I said. Mirage here ready to go, just chilling by the fire pit, waiting for any of these players towards the backside to give him a peek. Right now, though, time ticking in the favor of Element as Nola Flight look to organize a break, and you can see it building on the map right now, but here's Juju pushing things out, able to find another big kill, but Aiden looking to cause a bit of trouble. He's here to take a crack at the hill. Shots into one. Not enough just yet, though. The rest of Element is on the hill, and now you are getting cut apart even more if you're Nola Flight. 160, 164. This match is neck and neck, and Aiden is looking to cause a bit of trouble again. Comes back up towards the stairwell. The first shots are in there. Good. Maybe the second one, too. Not quite. Teskey here to clean it up. And Skater for the last-ditch effort, but no, so far, so good. A amazing hold from Element on that P2.
Yeah, really well done. They're going to take a 10-point lead, and that's a pretty large lead. One of the biggest that we've seen in this map. I know it's weird to say, but it might just propel Element to the victory, although lots of time remaining, and looking to get initial is Element over in Kitchen. They're able to make the full rotation over, as well as keeping time on Old, and that's huge. Shoxy in the back gets taken out, and 3 more go down on the side of Nola Flight, and this could be another hold for Element. They seem to now just be coming into form, and they are performing very well on the hardpoint. Skater, though, with a fantastic flying kill. Whoa, look at that coordination as both players hop up to find that one. Skater with the trade as the flood
Let him cook.
Flight is just overwhelming.
Alright, Skater's cooking. He's in the kitchen now, ready to go. 10 seconds left to put back in his pocket. But again, you gotta get that rotation locked in. Element 208, Nola Flight sitting at a comfortable 186. This is gonna come down to a very, very close hill in the end here. If one of these teams doesn't pilot this one completely in their favor and extend that margin, it's going to be Teskey able to find one towards the top side, but maybe it's going to be all about Element right now to try to organize for something a little bit more to get some of this time ticking in their favor. However, Nola Flight on right now. Shoxy, good shots in, able to find one, but still it's going to be Mirage trying to cause a bit of chaos towards Desk. As 34 seconds tick on this hill, Element in control. 25, make that 25 left. Now it's going to just be the possibility of winning it right here. Gotta hold the line strong, though. Nola Flight knocking on the front door. The stun's out, the nades are out, and this is where the chaos ensues. Teskey, 2 for him. Nola Flight, you're getting choked out. Element, they have come to play in the grand finals because Nola Flight, you are already cut off by Mirage. You have one more shot at this hill, but you are cut down by Teskey yet again. Consistent, amazing teamwork out of Element here in map number 1.
Wow, that was really a war of attrition as these two teams were neck and neck to about the 200-point mark, where Element had the gas in the tank to take it home. Especially doing it on that last hard point was huge, as if they were to be broken, it's possible that Nola Flight could have snuck back into this game easily with only about a 50-point difference at the end of the day. Element goes up 1-0 in the series with a well-done hard point all the way through, and now have the advantage. So expertly done on both sides. Credit to Nola Flight and that hard point, and certainly from that performance, they are not out of this yet.
Not out of it yet, indeed. It was a very, very close one to kick things off here in our game, and well, now we head on over towards some Fortress Search and Destroy, and this is where I really start to wonder how this one could go. I mean, Nola Flight, they just won around 11 versus Antics, a very, very good squad that fought fearlessly throughout the entire upper bracket, dropped, they played Nola Flight, and they lost. this is where I see Nola Flight and their possible confidence in this mode. I want to see them be successful here. I think they can do it.
If any game mode, though, is a weakness here for Element, it's gotta be the Search and Destroy. We saw them play a Fort Search and Destroy against Antics, and they lost. And not only was Antics putting on a show, a really good performance on that Fort, it also looked like Element was quite hesitant at times on Fort, although they do have the rep under their belt on this map. I think there's a real opportunity for Nola Flight to tie this series all up at 1 and really make this interesting.
Yep, I think they can really make it interesting for sure. And then again, that Control looms over the horizon, right? What is going to happen with that one? That's another map that we've seen even in this CDL, right, get super dicey. These teams just play so defensive heavy sometimes, and I really, really wonder how that one's going to go, if we're going to see that kind of insane spawn trapping that we sometimes see on that map. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be a banger, because I know that it's going to be one of those deciding maps, just like it was previously for Fort Worth Element. Here we go, time for some Al Bagra Fortress. Kicking things off on our second map of our grand finals here. If you're just tuning in, again, Element up 1-0 here in our series, looking to go up 2-0 to put themselves at tournament point. Let's see how it goes.
Now on the attack now looks like Nola Flight in purple, Element in turquoise, trying to find this A bomb site. Mirage going to play the off angle, trying to find any kind of information on the Heady. A stun check on the Katani is going to force him down from top art, and that is a position that Element has been burned before, and I wonder how frequently they intend to use it on defense, though control of Fort is taken by Element. 1 kill down in their favor, a good first blood, and a second one coming from Mirage. Juju will fall. Good shots from Katani, the trade out, can't find Mirage at the end of the day. And with a brief period of pleasantries, the kills fall, and Nola Flight, at the end of all the trades, do lose by lives.
Alright, you know how I know Mirage is on something? That guy's crack aiming like it's BO4. Great shots right there into the corner, though. Nonetheless, Element taking away that first round. You don't want to get worried yet if you are Nola Flight. Wait, hold on. Do you see what's happening right here, Rita? They're all wearing the Vegas Legion skin. Yeah. Every single one of them. Because it's it kind of looks like their logo a little bit. Okay, I gotta say it. I like it, but look at the snipes out of Prof. He's not just wearing the Vegas Legion. He's also putting on a class with the LAB. That's the first one taken down. Now he's going to try to find the second one, but regardless, Element already at the disadvantage here at 4-3 right now, as it seems like Nola Flight putting in the hard work over towards this A-site. Katani, though, beautiful shots in, absolutely snaking this stairwell. But hey, at least it worked in the end. 3-3 right now. Testy towards the corner, as Testy's able to get another big one towards open, possibly. Does exactly that. 2-1 now, Element the man advantage. Make that a 1v1 as Skater pops the dead silence and tries to get icy.
Yeah, 1v1, the most exciting part of Call of Duty. The bomb is down at the A bomb site. It is not planted. Oh, and look at the timing. It just all works out for Skater. And Juju is going to get burned for not checking his corners. We have a 1-1 tie. Just look at this. Juju just does not check, and it will be the end of him.
Will be the end of him completely taken care of, and well, seems like right now that Nola Flight, they're able to get back in the saddle with that one. 1-1 right now, of course, in our Search and Destroy, and right now it's going to be attacking side for Nola Flight. Maybe they choose to go over towards this A site quickly. This is something we kind of commonly see. You clear that site, you get the info, make sure closed and open is clear, and then you can get that bomb planted with a quick crouch. 3-2 right now. Element, though, getting the initial first bloods. That's 2 taken care of, and seems like right now that is a minute left on the clock. Element is doing everything they can to make the time continuously go in their favor, push Nola Flight back. 2-2 now. You're able to find some of the kills. Shoxy shots in, not gonna work out. Taken down, all up to Skater in the 1v2.
Yeah, lots of work, and unfortunately, he just gets a little bit overwhelmed there. He had 2 players on, knew exactly where he was, and Element is going to find their second round of the map. Katani, I mean, he just runs into him, actually, at the end of the day, and, you know, the timing goes into his favor, though. Katani is 5-1 right now. Element is winning the gunfights on this map. This is not the Element we saw a couple maps ago where they lost. On this map, in this game mode, they are looking like a completely different team. Now on the attack, like Katami taking this over to A. Very, very default, but there's gunfights to be won before you can get there. Mirage trying to fire through the wooden doors. Not going to find any hit markers. On Shoxy, here's the challenge from Katani, and man, is that brave from him. And it's going to be 2 kills with some help from Teskey. And we have a 4-2 advantage. Make it a 4-1 advantage. The Katani finds his 7th. The last player gets cleaned up in the back. And Element has had yet another flawless-looking round.
A flawless round indeed. Juju, great shots in as well towards the end of this back P1 side. Good stuff out of him. And again, like, this is one of those situations where I feel like these teams are a lot closer than we might have thought initially. They match up here, and we have a closer search and destroy. We have a closer hard point. Still Element up 3-1, of course. It's not like neck and neck, but at least there is a possibility here for Nola Flight, and we know it, for them to get another one on the board. We'll see how it goes this time around. Katani, of course, on that defense with Element. Skater pushing things out, though, real quick with Nola Flight, able to get that first blood on the board. 4-3 right now. Nola Flight with the man advantage as Skater continues to try to work P5 out, maybe see whatever he can find. Rest of Nola Flight also doing the exact same. Maybe a rat back over towards that A site. Push those Element players out. That's an extremely smart move. You push those Element players out. Make them think you're going over towards B. Isolate and get on over towards A. Now Element having to organize the retake. Trophy is out 4-2 now. And Nola Flight looking to set this one up well. Mirage, though, able to find that first kill. Maybe that's what you needed to crack this one wide open. Prof, though, the immediate answer back. And, well, it's going to be a player towards the backside of the map itself also to take out the final Element player. That is Nola Flight finding another round.
Yeah, you know what, that was just an absolute laser beam from Shoxy. Juju had no chance in this. The timing works out, too, from Shoxy in that situation. And Nola Flight breathes some life. They are only 1 round off from tying this map up. And we might be shaping up for another extraordinarily close map, just like the last scorelines. Juju not having a good map for himself so far. Katani, on the other hand, carrying Element. Now, for Nola Flight, no one is technically positive. Prof is even, but they have been able to sneak 2-round victories. That, though, has to change. The gunfight department is being dominated by Element right now. And if Nola Flight allows them to keep that up, then they will continue winning rounds. Nola Flight around the outside. 2 go down. Teskey and Mirage fighting to a 3rd found by Mirage before he's traded. Now the last one standing in a 1v3 is Shoxy. They crowd down on top of him. And he will be chased for the kill. Element quickly regain their 2-round lead.
Yeah, that's one of those examples right there where you just don't see it coming. Teskey, of course, always making the flashy plays. We saw it at the end of our first map, and he's doing it yet again, of course, as now we switch sides once more. It's going to be Element right now to try to put themselves at match point and therefore tournament point. Nola Flight, this is an incredibly imperative search and destroy to win. These rounds are very, very, very important right now to the entirety of their life in this tournament. 7-2 right now for Katani. Trying to put in the work for the Element squad, but Nola Flight pretty even across the board. 3-5 and a 4-5, respectively. As Teskey tries to move on over towards the top side. Not spotted just yet, but an intense gunfight about to unfold. Teskey able to win it. And now 4-3 Element with the man advantage, looking to put themselves at tournament point right here. Aiden. Yet another one, though. You try to equate the numbers 3-3. Teskey moving on forward. Another flashy kill to add on to his name. as consistently Nola Flight struggling to find the situations that they need, but Skater, he's got his gun up at the right moment. Unbelievable stuff. You've switched the pendulum in your favor, 2-1 now. Teskey all left on his lonesome.
Yeah, 9-3. He definitely has the capability. But Nola Flight, even if they just hold hands, they might come away with the trade. And maybe even the first kill here, as that heady from Prof is going to be almost unbeatable. Here's the challenge. Teskey actually backs off here. He's playing this patient a little bit. Maybe overconfident, as Teskey's been winning a lot of gunfights. He's going to lose that challenge to the AR and the heady that is the bomb site. Very well done, as Nola Flight will take yet another round, again bringing them to just win one. They are knocking on the door, Epiphany, but no one is opening.
Yep, no one is opening. Element not going to open that door quite yet until they get surpassed in that scoreline. And, well, Juju right now, surprisingly struggling. Just so you know, everybody, our previous world champion here in AWL on a different team, and Nola Flight was as well a franchise that was in the AWL last season. So paths crossing here as Juju tries to turn things up as after a struggling S&D. Luckily, Teskey is here to serve on a platter some chaos in the favor of Element. Does it again right there with another first blood, and well, it seems like right now 3-2 is going to be your lives. Element with the man advantage here. They get the bomb planted. Katani trying to play his life, but he is so weak. Aiden able to clean things up real quick. Juju towards the bottom side, able to add a few numbers to his name. He heard us talking. Aiden now with the trade, though, of course, making this one a 1 versus 1. The timings could be insane here.
Yeah, wow. The bomb is planted. There's 20 seconds left. Amount of time here for Aiden, but it's very quickly counting down. He's got to find this kill. He can't take the chance to defuse. Surely not. Although Mirage is going to check it. Does he check it? He does. There's the heady, and there's the intelligence, and now the time is all but over. Even when Aiden wins the gunfight, unfortunately, if that had only happened just a couple seconds sooner, we could have seen a tie game. Again, Nola Flight, so close, but so far.
That was very, very clever there out of Mirage to play it that way. Played very carefully towards the backside, didn't peek anything he needed to, just played the timings. Eventually that clock ran out in his favor, and now Fort Worth Element looking to just put themselves at one map away from securing the tournament. As now we kick things off here with the Element squad. Teskey, of course, that star player right now for this squad, as tries to push things forward early on towards a first blood. 11-5 right now. Nola Flight as well, trying to figure out how they want to work this one out. So far, that A site, nobody is daring to step foot in it.
Yeah.
Because right now it's the information game. Exactly. Information game, all about the patience. But here comes the push here soon, I think. Looks like Nola Flight gearing up for this one, as maybe some shots in by Skater to kick things off here, but Element, they're holding the line.
Yeah, look at the spawn camping here from Nola Flight. I mean, nobody wants to make the first move. We have a stalemate. Finally, Shoxy, he's pushing a little bit forward, and Katani is going to find that first blood. Now, space has been created, but is it enough for Element to push through and find these kills? No. They're also going to stay patient. Now, unknown to Element, the bomb is on the ground, top art, and it's being watched. This is almost an impossible situation, as Mirage is going to find another one. Now we're in a 4v2. Element's patience has paid off, surely. With 20 seconds on the clock, the bomb has been picked up and answered this game. But the timing, it doesn't work out. Juju's going to pick up the kill and go into the back. Finally, the last kill is found. Man, if Juju had just let him walk, that would have been the most insane piece of timing we've seen all tournament long. But at the end of the day, Element, by a margin of 3 rounds, is going to win this S&D and clinch not only series point, but tournament point.
That reminds me of Major 2 last year, Grand Finals, okay? You had FaZe versus LAG, and Hook on Berlin sitting below the stairwell, and literally, I believe 3 FaZe members walk right over him and don't see him. Now, that's not exactly what happened there, but that was some crazy timing where it was right down to the very, very second that caused, as he jumped over those stairs, not to see those 2 players walk past. unbelievable stuff right there in our search and destroy. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, well, you know what? That situation, I mean, in this game, footsteps are so loud. It's impossible to miss guys, you know? So long as you have a headset that works, you're gonna hear them run by. Dead silent, I mean, the player models are big. There's so much opportunity for you to see them. So even a situation like that is probably just as crazy as that situation that you're talking about, Major 2 Grand Finals in Vanguard. Now we move on to Fortress Control. Element is just one more map away. Nola Flight is just trying to stay in it at this point. Honestly, this Fortress Control can be their difference maker, but they need to get better in the gunfight department. The 50-50s are not going their way.
Not going their way at all, and well, only one map away. We'll see how they vie in the Fortress Control. It could all come down to this, the final map of our tournament. Don't go anywhere, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, let's take a quick break as we get ready in this next lobby.
Alright, everybody, a very, very quick break. I guess we're moving things along fast, which is great, of course. So we're headed into some Al Badr Fortress now. We got a control up on the horizon, and it's definitely going to be a good one, Reader. What are your thoughts headed into this one?
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised that these guys want to roll in the next one. It is currently 2:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and if that is your time zone, then you should go to bed. Or you can keep watching because it's the grand finals. As Element, surely they want to keep up the pace right now as they are doing really well, and they do not want to be iced by any means. First blood achieved by Teskey in this control, as the attackers right off the bat will be Nola Flight, as they will attempt to win this first round and gain some traction against Element, who has them up against the wall. Aiden trying to capture will get taken off. No ticks obtained. It looks like Nola Flight might make a push over to this other site, and it gets immediately denied. How quick Element moves around the map is insane and coordinated. The communication must be perfect, I assume.
Must be perfect, must be spot on. We'll see if the spawn traps come through on this one. That's what I'm very curious about. But Element on that defensive side right now. Teskey trying to cause some trouble. Maybe run the victory lap here, because right now Element, they are feeling it. They want to win this series in this very map. Aiden getting caught in a corner, quite literally, as Skater as well, trying to figure out how to work this one out. Shots in towards top single, gonna work out! Give him the second one, too! But still only 27 seconds left. You try to move on forward if you're Shoxy, but Mirage goes big towards topside van. Able to find two on the truck there, and well, it's going to be 22-14 early on. The spawn trap, yeah, the nightmare has already happened.
Yeah, Mirage has not died. Oh, there he goes. There he's died.
There he goes.
Shoxy finds a two-piece.
Bastard's curse.
Mirage had a 6 and KD before that goes. Yeah, literally Caster's curse, like real time as well. Ooh, the extra
I don't know if those are love shots. That's kind of like one of those, like, I couldn't quite tell if it was love shots or not, but we'll have to see. I think it might have been. I think you might be totally right.
Yeah,
but regardless.
Well, if nothing else gets Nola Flight fired up, it should be that.
And I mean, maybe that's what they need right now. Maybe they need some of that extra energy, you know? Like, I don't know. They just need something here. They need some kind of momentum to try to take a really strong defensive round here, because that one was very, very rapid. And, well, now, of course, side switch. So we'll see if they're able to do it this time around. The Nola Flight boys looking to try to find a defensive round here to add on the board 1-1 as Prof gonna get taken down early on. Katani putting in the work, and well, Element, they're already soaring their way forward into this A zone. Cap going away quick as well. Mirage, he's found his way in. The shots are good, onto another as well. And it seems like as the time continues to progress here, Nola Flight having trouble finding their way in. As I say that though, a player is able to find their way forward. It's Skater trying to go big. That's what you needed if you're Nola Flight. But still, you've already lost in the tick department. Element got one more than you did since you got 0 last round.
No, yeah, we'll try to forget the 0 tick round. Hopefully, they're able to pull through if they want to, you know, not be put completely up against the wall, as that would mean they are 1 round away from losing. But it looks like Element's trying to make a push on to this B side. Is defended. A couple kills in favor of Shoxy's going to keep Element off B. Juju finding 1, looking for 2. He gets traded. Good trades here from Nola Flight, keeping that kill feed either even or purple, which is the entire goal. Now, the spawn trap is entirely possible here. There's 1. Aiden does get traded, and Mirage is going to slowly walk his way out of that back spawn. So Element not completely contained, but this possibility is still there as Nola Flight is pushed up on the map, keeping Element spawning back in their own spawn. Push out, couple kills, and a 3rd one by Skater. 1 more, nearly full down, as Katani is just going to wait for his team largely. Good looks from Nola Flight, job's not done.
All about the damage control right now for Nola Flight. And wow, it is 0.0, I think. It is 0.0, and they get on in the last second there. I thought for a second that could have been wild, but Nola Flight, they control the damage. Like I said, they're able to find just 1 tick going through for the enemy team. So now you just got to compensate for that in your next offense is the way that I would think about that. We'll see how it goes. The thing for me, though, is that Element, they're looking very, very good in the gunfights. I mean, you can see it right there. Teski, 10-9 right now. You got 10-9 for Katani. Those are solid KDs that you like to see. And, well, Nola Flight right now definitely on the struggle bus a little bit. We'll see what they decide to do. Element here on the defense. It was a bloodbath the first time around, but Nola Flight trying to right their wrongs. You got to get 2 ticks to keep things even here, or rather to go ahead. And, well, now Teski trying to find his way into the hill. Nola Flight, they found their way in. They get the first tick, but still, Element exchanging fire. They get more of the kills locked in. Shoxy for 1 tries to get something going, does exactly that. The engine is pumping for Nola Flight now, and it looks like they've officially surpassed that mark that they need to. They get the A point. Ticks looking in the favor of Nola Flight.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't want to cast or curse anything, but I will say Nola Flight has started playing a lot better since the extracurriculars that we previously mentioned after round 1. And look at this. This is just he's just going to wait. He's going to be patient because, you know, look at the aim assist on that. Finally, he goes ahead and finds the kill. I think he was waiting for a second player to line up there. He doesn't quite get that, but he still has the position as the A side has been captured. And now Nola Flight's just looking at B, and it's entirely possible. Shoxy comes on. There's the opening kill and the entry in. Space created by Aiden as another Element player goes down. The nades through, though, and a couple good shots by Teski, and Shoxy will go down as we are looking at fights inside the fort itself for Nola Flight to try to break back in. They had it for a second, but they couldn't control it. They still have 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. A couple kills from Mirage, and we might see Element push up the map very quickly. Nola Flight has to break out of that back spawn to be able to keep up the pressure. Skater is deep in Element spawn, although, and can cause some havoc when the time is right.
The time is right. Maybe you can push your way in. Skater trying to do just that. Looking to get some ticks on the board here. Rest of the reinforcements are arriving, but here comes the knock on the front door, quite literally by Teski. Looking like the MVP. That is 3 for Element, and they have been pushed out. 1 minute left here for Nola Flight to work with, but if I'm Element right now, I'm just holding the position. I'm waiting for them to push out and staying up as long as possible. Just play your life. Try to take out any of these Nola Flight players pushing their way forward, and well, it's a done deal for you. Teski able to get some shots off onto 1. That's 16 and 12 for his KD right now. And Element continuous blue in the kill feed as well. 43 seconds and declining here for Nola Flight to work with, and Mirage, he's got you pushed out on the top side, taken care of eventually though, but Nola Flight, they're looking to make their way on forward here, but continuously, Katani, the good positioning, always coming in handy, because he is always ready for any of these players pushing out towards the middle of the map. Great stuff out of Element right now to try to sustain their current position. I don't think any of them have really fallen that much. Katani does fall towards that truck side, but regardless, Nola Flight completely stuck. 2 players left alive, and that is going to be a done deal on that round. Still, you get a point of progress, but hey, you're not able to touch B really at all.
Yeah, you know what? Nola Flight seem to be able to handily control Element on offense. They do have to do it again here with those 3 ticks instead of 0 is a big difference. If Nola Flight can have a repeat performance and hold Element to 1 or none ticks, they will go in to the final round on defense, which seems to be entirely important between these 2 teams. Now, this defense is not going to be easy. We've seen Element do very, very well on attacks, and all it takes is a couple or a single mistake on the side of their opponents or a lost gunfight that you should have won for Element to pounce on that opportunity, and they will not hesitate. Shoxy finds that first blood. The live advantage starts out on the side of Nola Flight, traded up by Teskey, and we see Element not really going for a hard push towards that A side. There is a player on, and they're actually going to reinforce it up to try to get a couple quick ticks here. Here's the response from Nola Flight. Mirage finding that first kill, looking for more. A mid-presence here from Nola Flight as they try to retake. And here comes Element players spawning back up. Might be doing some damage. Shoxy is able to find a kill. He's looking for more, and he has the timing. And we will see Nola Flight break that initial attack from Element.
Yep, and this is where Element, of course, at tournament point now are just looking to close things out. It would be amazing to see an attack round. Maybe they have the energy and they have the willpower to do it. Prof trying to spoil the chaos towards the top side single right now, but the dice rolling in the favor of Element over towards that A site, and it looks like it's going to roll in the result of an A capture, possibly even just some presence on B. Regardless, this is what you want to see if you're a Fort Worth Element fan. You can taste it, you can feel it. This could be the very end here soon, going in your favor, and Nola Flight, oh my goodness! Somebody clip that. Teskey, 180 drop shot onto a Nola Flight player, absolutely putting them in the dirt. A gone, B gone soon. This could be over very quickly.
Yeah, and the lives are in their favor as well. The number one thing you need attacking the last site as the attacking team is a live advantage, and they are keeping it up as well. Shoxy does find a 2-piece, might be able to rejuvenate his team off of that. He does get traded out. Good shots by Aiden, but it's not going to thwart the attack here as there's lots of work to be done. Teskey gets taken out inside the fortress. Still only 1 tick remaining on that B site. Now we talk about this. Control gets so much easier for the defenders when there's only 1 site to defend. To have Element have to peek into you is so valuable, and Nola Flight is going to abuse that.
Oh my god, here's the thing though, with only 4 players left up for Nola Flight, all you need is to take care of them or find your way in. All you need is a 4 down. Mirage, he puts in the work, he finds 2. Element moving their way on forward once more, another envoy ready to find their way into the hill. Here's Prof towards the top side though, 1 to 8. You have the entirety of the tournament on your shoulders, and you have been cut out, shut out. Element truly in their element. I cannot believe it. Another amazing win for Juju after coming off of another win in the AWL in the previous season. Element looking to start things off strong moving into the 2023 season of the AWL.
Yeah, 3-0 is our series score, and Element will be the champions of the preseason tournament known as the New Year's Eve Showcase for the Amateur World League. Into the history books they go, as dominance would probably be the one word I would use to summarize this series and this tournament from Element. I really wonder which team out there is going to be the team, or could be the team, to topple this one. And, I mean, fantastic job by these guys. They absolutely deserve it in any sense of the means.
Unbelievable stuff out of Fort Worth. I believe they only dropped 2 maps, if I'm correct, in the entirety of this tournament, which is just unmatched to every other team. This is the kind of stuff that is so incredible when it comes to Fort Worth Element, and I don't know what to say. These guys are looking amazing.
Yeah, big props. They really had confidence throughout any time that we were on stream. We could see it in the way they played. They challenged every angle and every gunfight they entered. They entered with confidence and a surety. They never ever took a step back and lost any kind of intensity at all. So very consistent and consistently winning, to say the least, against any of their opponents. Again, Element, your champions of the New Year's Showcase for the Amateur World League, and I mean they must be so very proud, as they should be.
Very proud. And again, like, this is the way that you want to start off your year, right? Like, in multiple ways. This is a New Year's Showcase, and then you're gonna have a new year of the season. There are so many good things about winning this tournament for Juju and the rest of the Element. Amazing stuff. And Nola Flight, I gotta tip my hat though too. Amazing run. Amazing run. They did a great job of finding their way into the position that they are in. They fought through that lower bracket, and they got up into the grand finals, and that is tippable within itself. So, great stuff out of both of these teams, but Element, of course, they're going to be taking it away. I mean, I don't know what else to say. $350 going towards Element. You're still going to walk away with, I believe, a solid $150 if you're Nola Flight. So that's good, but $350 for Element and being crowned the champions.
Yeah, it's always great as these first players to get those earnings, right? Like, not only, I mean, the cash is great, of course the cash is great, right, but to be able to say, like, oh, I have earnings playing esports, that is something that you hold on to for the rest of your life. You know, you tell your grandkids, oh, I won money in the Amateur World League. It's definitely something that these guys are going to tell their kids, and their kids will tell their kids. A historic event for these guys.
It's historic.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. Anyways, well, folks, it has been truly a amazing and long day, so I appreciate everybody who is still here and who has been tuning in, dealing with the breaks, dealing with the voids that we have had. Really thank you so much, guys. Fort Worth Element 3-0 in your grand finals. My name is Epiphany Cass. You can find me on Twitter at EpiphanyCast. Replace the A with an X. And then, Reader, anything you want to shout out before we head out?
Yeah, you can follow my Twitter. It's Justin_Reid. That's JUSTYN_REID. You also can find it on the AWL Twitter, as we were also shouted out. But of course, go follow both Element and Nola Flight.
Yes,
they deserve the follow. Keep up with these guys, because, I mean, I'm sure Nola Flight's not done off of this. They are going to go back into the think tank and get some scrims going, and they will be back better than ever for season start, as well as any other team competing in this tournament at the exact same time. I cannot imagine that Element is able to dominate throughout the entire season. There's always gonna be competition. January 3rd is the official start date, so be there or be square.
All right, January 3rd. Be there. And again, I want to thank everybody who has joined us today. Surprise, we have an interview. We are joined by Mr. Juju of the Fort Worth Element, joining our call right now. I guess it's time to ask him a couple of questions. Firstly, the cliche, stereotypical question: how are you feeling after winning 2 AWL tournaments in a row?
Man, shit. We're just chilling. Another day at the job.
Yeah,
Awesome.
was there any point in time in this tournament where you guys felt like you guys weren't performing to what you wanted to? Was there any issues that you guys might have come across, or was it just complete confidence the entire way through?
It's just confidence the entire way through.
Just confidence, just completely just run through them. Honestly, That's what we like to see, because obviously we know that confidence is key. The mental is the half of it, and that's what's so great about your guys' win is you guys dropped like what 2 maps, right? Unbelievable stuff. So I want to ask you, moving into the season, of course, people are going to see you as a threat. What are you guys going to do to make sure you stay on top?
I mean, we just scrim every day, so we're just gonna stay on top, I guess, by default, as long as we don't go rogue.
For sure. Awesome stuff.
Lastly, is there any shoutouts or anything you'd like to say on stream?
I mean, shout out Fort Worth Element. Those guys always got us. They got us in the tourney. And then shout out you guys for hosting.
Appreciate it so much, Juju. Thank you. And thanks for joining us in the call. Thanks for putting on a good show for us, too. It was fun to watch. So, everybody, that is going to be it. Reader, it has been a crazy night.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Definitely a great time. I mean, we're closing in on 2:30 a.m. The tournament started. It felt like an eternity ago. 5 o'clock is when this thing started. It has been several hours that we have been following along and getting this tournament finally down. And I mean, I couldn't even imagine what time it would be if we had to actually play 10 maps, but we didn't.
Yeah, I don't even
at the end of the day. But and I mean, it's a great tournament, fun to watch. Definitely a great sign for what's to come when the season gets underway. An absolute pleasure.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us again. You guys are what keeps this all together, the viewers, and of course the players and everybody here at AWL. Again, my name has been Epiphany, and I've been joined by Reader, and we have truly had a pleasure casting this event. We'll see you guys next time.